Good morning. My name is Megan Edwards of Focus Communications, and today we're joined again with Scott Casselman, VP Exploration for Rackla Metals, which trades on the TSX.V under the symbol RAK. Scott, welcome back to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, Megan. Thanks for having me back.
Of course. And to start things off, Scott, can you give us an overview of your portfolio of projects in the Eastern Tombstone Gold Belt?
Absolutely. Rackla is kind of a new player or a rejuvenated player in the belt. We acquired some claims by option agreements and staking last year, and the majority of our claims are in the eastern part of the are in the eastern part of the Tombstone Gold Belt, and that's as you see on this image here, the Hit, Sur, Astro, Cinnabar, Jos, and RAK Main properties. And as I say, they were acquired by options and staking. And a new acquisition that we're in the process of getting right now is the Excite property, which is located a little bit further west along the belt. And you can see it here just to the west of Snowline's property, right in here.
You have early movers in the region with Snowline Gold and Fireweed Metals, who are advancing the projects in close proximity to Rackla. From a geologic perspective, what excites you about Rackla's project in this world-class district?
Well, what excites us is a couple of things. Is one, as you can see on this image, there's a lot of resources in the belt, gold resources, some active mines in both Alaska and the Yukon. Within a relatively short period of time, new players in the belt have been able to develop very significant resources. Now, Snowline has been getting a lot of attention in the last couple of years because of their discovery. They don't have a resource yet, but I would think that they're not very far off from getting one. But their results indicate that they've got something very significant. So what excites us at Rackla is the properties that we've been able to acquire have the same signatures that we see elsewhere in the belt, whether it be projects in Alaska or the Yukon. We've got the same geological setting, we've got the same age of intrusive rocks, we've got the same composition of intrusive rocks, the geochemical signature and the geophysical signature all match those significant discoveries to the west of us. So we're very excited to get in and test those and see if we can develop something similar.
Mm-hmm. And in 2019, Newmont conducted approximately 1,100 meters in RC holes. Can you discuss their drill program, your interpretation of their data, and how Rackla is using this for the next stage of exploration?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they drilled on site for a couple of years, doing the various stages of exploration that lead you up to a drill program. So stream sediment sampling, soil sampling, prospecting, and some trenching. And then they, towards the end of that program, they drilled 1,100 meters in 11 holes. And I'll just go to this slide here, which shows the plan location of some of those holes. And you can see the anomalous surface geochemistry, that's soils and rock samples there, the larger dots, and their whole position around. This is the radio and UV target. And when they tested it, the focus of their attention was the overlying sedimentary rocks. Their target model was a Carlin type model, which occurs in sedimentary rocks. So their holes were primarily placed in the sediments, and when they penetrated through the sediments into the intrusive rocks, that was generally an indication to them to shut down the hole because that wasn't their target. But as you can see on these two holes on the left-hand side of the screen, one of the holes penetrated 7.6 meters into the intrusion and got 0.67 grams of gold. That was actually their best intercept of the whole program. And the other hole just to the right of that had 5 samples which were anomalous in gold and very high bismuth. Bismuth is an important indicator for the reduced intrusion related gold system, which is the target that we're after on the site. So we're excited that these good gold results were never followed up on, and they're an indication that the model that we have for the property holds. even when you look at the soil geochem, you look at the association of the chemical elements in soils, rocks, and drill core. It's got that typical reduced intrusion related gold signature with gold, bismuth, arsenic, antimony, tellurium. That's all there. So it makes us excited to get our drills set up and test these targets a little bit deeper.
Mm-hmm. The intrusive rocks seem to be a target for the company. Is this a similar target for areas such as where Snowline had their discovery?
Yeah, absolutely. In that belt, in the Tombstone gold belt, it's the Cretaceous age intrusions are where all of the gold is focused, and that's the same if you look at the Fort Knox gold mine in Alaska. You look at the Victoria gold mine, the Eagle gold mine that Victoria is mining right now in the Yukon. You look at Snowline's discovery and all of those other discoveries that I showed you in the first image. It's Cretaceous age intrusions. And this map that I'm showing now has 3 of our properties, the Astro, Hit, and Sur, and those red blobs are Cretaceous age intrusions, the same suite of intrusions that host the Snowline occurrence.
So can you discuss a strategy for immediate exploration here? Initially, will the target be to follow up on the shallow drill, or is there a different target in mind?
It's slightly different. I'm just going to go back a slide here, or a couple slides. It's slightly different than what was done before. We'll basically be doing the same series of surveys that Newmont and crew did. But if you look at this image, you can see that they have a very dense area of soil and stream sediment sampling here. And that's mostly outside of the intrusive rocks, which are here. There's a few stream sed samples in the intrusive rocks, but not the same density that's occurring in the sedimentary rocks off to the east side. So we're going to take the work that was done outside of the intrusion and bring that work inside. So we'll be doing more stream sediment sampling, more soil sampling, prospecting, mapping, possibly some trenching. We're going to expand the geophysical image. You can see the underlay here is a magnetic survey. I'm just going to clear this. We're going to fill in this area here with the magnetic survey and this area here to fill in the picture a little bit more. That helps us guide our mapping program, but also where the alteration is occurring with these intrusions. And then that'll lead us up to a drilling program.
Okay. Big picture, what can investors expect from the company in the upcoming season?
Well, right now we are still waiting for the snow to leave and the roads to open up here in northern Canada. But we're hopeful that we can be on the ground by early June, if everything goes well. We've got to establish a camp. We'll have a 25 to 30 person camp that we're establishing there, and we're going to initiate the airborne geophysical survey as soon as we can. Crews will be on the ground shortly thereafter, so by about the first week of June, we'll have our crews out mapping and sampling, and our drill will be arriving towards the end of June. So we should be seeing some drill results out shortly thereafter. We've got contracts lined up for helicopter, airborne geophysics, drill contractor, our camp management contractor. The lab has been notified that we're going to be sending them lots of samples. So things are falling into place right now. And we're just waiting for Mother Nature to clear the hills and let us get out there and do our work.
Well, good luck with that, Scott. And I hope to have you on again soon.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Megan.